You're stranded at sea, no rescue boat in sight, and it's been 2 days since your water ran out. Your mouth is a desert, your tongue feels swollen, and there's an entire ocean around you. Trillions of gallons of water, right there. And drinking a sip wouldn't kill you instantly. It would feel like relief, for about 10 minutes. Then it gets worse. Not the same worse you were already feeling, a new, faster, more dangerous worse. And the person who never touches that water, who just sits there thirsty, doing nothing, has a better shot at surviving than the one who drank. Here's the part nobody explains properly. It's not that salt water does nothing for your thirst. It's that it actively pulls water out of you, using a mechanism your body cannot override or fight. And understanding exactly how reveals just how precise and how merciless that mechanism actually is. Start with your cells. Every cell in your body is a tiny bag of fluid, and that fluid needs to sit at a specific concentration to function. Surround those cells with fluid that's saltier than they are, and water does something called osmosis. It moves out of the cell, trying to dilute the saltier fluid outside. Your cells don't get a vote in this. It's physics, not biology. Drop a carrot in salt water and leave it a day, it shrivels. Your cells do the same thing, just less visibly. Now the math. Seawater sits at roughly 1,000 to 1,200 milliosmoles per liter of salt concentration. Your kidneys, at their absolute best, can only concentrate urine to about 1,200 mosm, L2. Sounds like it should balance out, except your kidneys aren't just clearing salt. They're also clearing urea and other waste, which eats up roughly 600 of that 1,200 budget. That leaves only about 600 mosm, L of actual capacity for the salt you just drank. So, to flush the sodium out of a single liter of seawater, your kidneys need to produce more than a liter of urine to do it. You lose more water excreting the salt than you gained by drinking it. Net result, negative. You are now more dehydrated than before you drank anything. And it compounds. Every liter you drink digs the hole deeper, faster than plain thirst alone ever would. This isn't theoretical. British physician MacDonald Critchley studied shipwreck survivors extensively and called seawater poisoning the single most common cause of death among stranded sailors after cold exposure. A landmark World War II-era study on human water needs predicted a hard ceiling on how long a person could survive, with zero water, and real shipwreck records matched it almost exactly, off by a single day. The pattern shows up in survivor account after survivor account. A 2013 case of Senegalese migrants stranded at sea for 36 days recorded something telling those who drank seawater in the early days routinely died first. Those who could only manage small, deliberate sips lasted longest. One survivor put it simply, every time he drank it, he threw up. That's your body trying to protect you. Vomiting when you drink seawater isn't a random side effect, it's a defense mechanism kicking in before the salt load even reaches your bloodstream. But if it doesn't come back up, the sodium hits your blood directly, and your brain is next. Rising blood sodium pulls water out of brain cells the same way it pulls water out of everywhere else. Confusion sets in first, then delirium. Survivor accounts describe hallucinations, phantom ships, imagined rescues, voices that aren't there. In the worst cases, people convinced they were being pulled to safety have jumped into open water. The dehydration doesn't just weaken the body. It corrupts the decision-making organ you'd need to survive. So, what actually works if you're ever in that position? Sailors have known the answer for centuries, and it's almost the opposite of drinking. Soak your clothing in seawater and let it dry on your skin. The evaporating salt water pulls heat off your body without any of it entering your system. It won't quench thirst, but it slows the sweat loss that's driving the thirst in the first place. Beyond that, shade, minimal movement, and rationing whatever fresh water you have, because sweating less buys you more time than any amount of seawater ever will. Back to that life raft. Ocean on every side, not one drop of it usable. The instinct screaming at you to drink is the same instinct that has killed sailors for as long as there have been shipwrecks. Your kidneys were never built for a concentration that high. Not because they're broken, because nothing built by evolution for fresh water ever needed to be.